Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Redmen TV. It's daily news. It is Monday. Liverpool taking on West Ham tonight at the London Stadium. Sadly, this time I'm not there. Those of you who may not have seen this, me and Si went there a number of years ago. It was 2 or 3 seasons ago now, wasn't it? And I did a vlog. It's on my YouTube channel. We were sat with the West Ham fans and very nearly got our heads kicked in. So no, unfortunately, not able to get tickets to the Liverpool fans and thus not going to the grave this time around. We will be in the studio. But anyway, if you are going, let us know actually in the comments. A few bits of Liverpool news to get through. Some good stuff. No good stuff. No good stuff at all. All terrible, terrible stuff. Injury news. We're going to talk about team news ahead of tonight's game as well, a little bit later on in the show, and obviously some transfer stuff in between as well. Joe Gomez is the big news though. Liverpool have sent him for surgery. The fracture, the leg fracture that we know he suffered against Burnley, that's been keeping him out, and everyone thought he was likely to return around now to full training. It's not healed the way the club were hoping for. So yeah, he's been sent for surgery. The usual raft of Northwest journalists reporting on this. Don King was one that I saw, who is thinking it'll be likely around 6 weeks, which is what sort of early to mid-March. He's likely to be back in training and available there on. Jurgen Klopp's been talking about it, and he has said, and I won't do the accent because that's offensive, it's a blow for the boy and for us, because prior to the injury, he was in such fantastic shape. But he is too valuable to take any risk with, both for our present and future. So we get this procedure done, and he comes back when he's ready. Absolutely fantastic. And what a great message to send to the young lad as well. We know how highly Jurgen Klopp rates Joe Gomez. You know, think back 12 months. We would all say, oh, he's a right back. Is he going to get given his chance at centre-back? I'm not sure Klopp's going to give him. No, Klopp gave him his chance at centre-back, and he proved that he's probably the second best centre-back at the club. And we've yet to see any of them really see him hit his full potential as well, which is a very, very exciting prospect indeed. Still a very, very young player. But I think that's the most encouraging thing here, is that, look, Liverpool are keeping cool on this. And maybe there's going to come a point where we've kept our cool a bit too much, and we're going to, because we've let players go out on loan. We're obviously not rushing players into action, and you hope that. I mean, look, that gives a vote of confidence to the likes of Matip and Lovren to some extent, who I'll talk about a little bit later on. But telling Joe Gomez, look, mate, we value you very, very highly. We'd love to rush you back, but no, we understand that football happens for more than just the next 6 weeks and for more than just the next year. Football continues to go on, his career will go on. Liverpool's plan with Joe Gomez to have him be, first choice centre-back for the next 5 years, 10 years. Why not? Let's go crazy, even though it'll never happen. So yeah, don't rush him. Get him right, get him fit, and get him back active in the side. And again, hopefully back fit for the rest of the season, because what you don't want is, as much as you might need Gomez, and we might find games where Matip isn't quite up to the quality that we need, or Lovren isn't quite up to the quality that we need, and you go, God, if only we just rush Gomez back. But if you lose Gomez for the rest of the season, guaranteed, and then you'd have constant problems. It's a broken bone. We need to make sure that this is handled and fixed right once. This can't be an ongoing issue, because you don't want to drag it on and on and on. So maybe he misses a couple of weeks later on in the season, then another week, and then you get into pre-season and he's not quite right, and he misses a chunk of pre-season, and then he's constantly playing catch-up. And then when you're playing catch-up, it means you're into a situation where you can lose players for more times and what have you. So yeah, it's that's a really concerning situation that Liverpool are going to look to avoid. Let's be perfectly honest. Comment coming from Mr. Dead Inside, but still horny. Good on you. Let's pop these bubble blowers. Yeah, the bubble machines are mad, aren't they? It's a very, very mad thing. Look, to be fair, I don't mind the way that they sing. I like the way that they sing "Forever Blowing Bubbles." It's a passion thing. It's got a. I don't even know which line it is in the song, but it does have everyone's got their anthem up in it. So I must admit, one of the high points of being at West Ham games is listening to them sing Bubbles, but I'm happy to pop them. What I like even more is that thing when they score a goal and or they have a disallowed goal and the bubbles go off, and then you go down the other end and score and the bubbles are still in the air. I kind of like that too. But anyway, yeah, let me know your thoughts on Joe Gomez. And do you think Liverpool have done the right thing? I mean, the answer is yes. they have done the right thing. But by all means, feel free to give your opinion in the comments. Pep Guardiola's talked about Liverpool. Shock. I mean, look, he's been asked, to be fair, but he claims that he'd rather be, the pressure is actually all on them rather than on Liverpool in this situation. And he said, I prefer to be in Liverpool's position rather than where we are. The pressure is when you're behind. Yeah, and I think for Pep Guardiola, that's absolutely the case. There's a man who's not used to chasing titles. Now, I had a look through how his titles have been won, obviously in La Liga and in the Bundesliga as well. And there are times when they dipped off top spot, of course, but by and large, I mean, he's very much used to leading from the front. He's very much used to being the chased, not the chaser. So yeah, I think I fully believe that Pep is right in saying this. Now it is an opportunity for him to slyly put a little bit of pressure on Liverpool, because he does go on to mention how, you can, when you're at top, you can afford to drop a few points and still be strong. Yeah, all right, we get you. We get you, Pep. Yeah, message received loud and clear. Let's just not do that, Liverpool, please. But he's going to get asked about, and he talked about how he's not in. He said, "I'm not in Klopp, the head of Klopp and his players," which I also agree. I think it's very much the other way. Judging on a lot of his comments so far this season, Liverpool, the players, the manager are very much in Pep Guardiola's head. But no, interesting. I think he's right. I think for us as fans, I think we'd rather be chasing, because there's something underdogish about that resonates with us. We're used to Liverpool being the underdogs. We're not used to being us the favourite. When Liverpool are the favourite, we make bloody hard work. If I think of all the cups that we've won when we were clear favourites in the finals, and it never seemed to work out for us. Obviously we won them. We beat Alaves in the UEFA Cup final. We beat Cardiff in the League Cup final. We beat Birmingham in the League Cup final. But we made very, very hard work of those affairs. And often when we are the favourite, when we're not the favourite, that's when we come out best. Mr. Dead Inside back again. Good on the matron. Payjack nudes in May. So we did a live show in Dublin during pre-season. We might well go back to Dublin again at the end of the season, but we made a promise to the people who are in that room, the ticket holders on the day, that if Liverpool were to win the league, we would come back, do a post-season show, and there would be Payjack nudes. I can say no more, because ultimately that's not down to me. I can't have any control and impact on whether that comes to fruition or not. But all I'm saying is Chris promised. He was bladdered. So whether he keeps to it, I don't know. But let's see if Liverpool come win the title first, and then we'll let everything else fall into place after that. Hertha Berlin, easy for me to say, want to keep Marko Grujic, apparently, for another season. Whether that's a permanent deal or not, I do not know. I'm leaning more and more towards that's probably going to be the thing that happens, though. He's only made 10 appearances, got 2 goals in that time for them this season, largely due to injury. He's had an ankle injury. He was out for a spell, came back with a couple of games, went out a game with another one. But by all accounts, the manager quite likes him. I mean, you can see Grujic moving on in the summer, really, can't you? When you consider we're getting £19 million for Dom Solanke, I think you'd get a good fee for him. I think you would probably not to the Bundesliga, unfortunately, but I think there'll be no shortage of newly promoted championship sides or lower end Premier League sides who want to take a punt on him. And I just don't know where he plays. I really don't know his best position. When you see Fabinho playing in one of the two DM positions, you see what we probably were looking for from Grujic. I don't think he's attacking enough to be he's not attacking enough or skillful enough to be a 10. He's not pacey enough, I think, to be box to box, mobile enough, and I don't think he's good enough defensively or really, in terms of his range of passing to play in the 6 for us. So yeah, I mean, look, he's got time to develop. He's a talented lad. I'm just not certain that his future lies at Liverpool, but we'll obviously see. I mean, it'd be great if he was, because it saves us money, to be honest. Liverpool have been linked with a £65 million bid for Napoli's Lorenzo Insigne. Sport Witness. Oh, yeah. Once again, the home of all just facts and well-researched football opinion and knowledge, claiming that the chairman has put £140 million valuation on him. Would you pay £140 million for Lorenzo Insigne? I wouldn't. I think he's fine. I was just looking into him so far this season. 11 goals and 6 assists in 27 appearances in all competitions. They've got him classed as a left winger. We know he can play in the front line. That's fine. That's an absolutely fine return, which means he's on course for probably getting on for 20 in a season in Serie A. That'd be a very good return. He's around 27, I think he is. He's fine. at that price, at that age, I don't think Liverpool would for that. I think if Liverpool are going to buy someone for the front three, it's going to be someone who's between the ages of sort of 18 to 23, I think, if they were going, and if they were going to spend that kind of money on them as well. So yeah, but yeah, again, is that the kind of player you think Liverpool should be targeting? Is that the kind of fee you think Liverpool should target? Now, 65 million. I don't know. He feels like a Chelsea signing to me. Chelsea love buying players from Serie A. I think it's very difficult to adapt for the pace. Now, I know that Higuain hit the ground running at the weekend, and that's fine. Goal scorers, if you give them the ball, they can score goals. Chelsea is also the place where old, aging former Serie A strikers go to die. So there is a path well trodden there, but I've seen it plenty of times. Surely in Russia, even going back, I know it's a very long time, not really hitting the same heights once he'd been and played in Serie A. So yeah, I don't know. Not for me, but I wouldn't be upset. I'd be quite happy if we signed him nevertheless, because he's a nice big name and we've heard of him and he's good on all the footy games, isn't he? Let's talk team news then briefly. I'll be back with the actual team news when it comes out live later on the channel. But we know Lovren is out, hamstring injury for him, and still no return for Trent, as mentioned, Gomez and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain as well, which means James Milner's likely to come in at right back. He's back from suspension for this. It's West Ham where the injury news is the most interesting. Arnautovic very much a doubt for this, but I suspect we'll see him. Nasri is out, claims that he needs one more week to get back to fitness. Creswell will face a late fitness test, so will Lucas Fabianski, as will Lucas Perez, and we know that Yarmolenko's out as well, so very interesting stuff there. What are your thoughts ahead of this game? Are you feeling nervous now? Because obviously City have shortened the gap back down to 2 points, and I feel I've had a bit of a cloud hanging over my head this week, just on the back of the draw. And I think a lot of it's because social media's been so horrendously toxic, and there's a real fear growing. And I've said this from all quarters, that Liverpool are in very, very good shape. You don't need me to say that. It's fairly obvious. You've got to look at the league table and look at how we perform. We've lost one league game so far this season, which is incredible. We should be just absolutely made up with everything's happened, but it's the Man City thing, it's the Man City fear, and it's fears piled on from years and years of Liverpool, either making catastrophic errors or coming very close and just being pipped at the final furlongs or hurdle. So, yeah, I don't know. I could really do with Liverpool getting back on it tonight in a really, really strong way. If Liverpool can go out there and put a really good performance in tonight, get some goals, I think that will settle a lot of nerves. I'm not sure this is the game for. I think West Ham are a much better prospect than they certainly were at the start of the season. They're a much more dangerous outfit than they were a year ago. So I think they'll cause us problems, but hopefully they'll got enough to get across the line. Let me know what you think. Give me some score predictions, etc. in the comment section underneath. Other than that, have a very, very good day. Oh, before you go, I've got a new video on my personal YouTube channel, which is Mates TV. I talked about this notion that everyone hates Liverpool. I think it's absolute horseshit. The idea, everyone, there's loads of people who hate Liverpool. There should be, because there's loads of Mancs. They're all over the place. Well, not actual Mancs, Man United fans and less so Man City fans. Yeah, if that's battering your head on social media, and the fact that the weirdos who run accounts like Sport Bible and all that are giving it the bifters about how much people don't want Liverpool to win the title, watch it. I'll link to it when this video is processed. Other than that, youtube.com/Mates TV. Go and drop a subscribe on my channel as well. I'll put the icon there. Thank you very much, everyone. We'll see you a bit later on for the match. Other than that, I've been Paul Machin. See you all very soon.